Okay, so we're going to move on a little bit from our fractions and decimals to have a little look at equivalent fractions. So we're going to start with looking at 0.2. So if we were to convert that into a fraction, we're looking at the 2 being in the tenths column, so we're looking at that being 2 tenths. Now, that number, if we look at both the numerator and the denominator, you should spot that they can both be divided by the number 2. So our equivalent fraction would be divide the top and the bottom by the same number. So we're going to divide by 2, which would be 5, and we're going to divide the top by 2, which would be 1. So 0.2 converts to 2 tenths, which is the same as converting to 1/5. Let's try another one of those. So let's try 0.5. Now, lots of you will spot this one straight away, but let's just have a look at why we know what fraction it turns into. So the 5 is in the tenths column, which would be 5 out of 10. Now again, we want to find a number that the bottom and the top divide into so that we can find our equivalent fraction. Now you should see they both divide by 5. So if we divide the top by 5, we get 1. And if we divide the bottom by 5, we get 2. And when we look at that fraction, we will know that that is a half. So 0.5 converts to 5 out of 10, which is the same as a half. Okay, let's have a look at another one. So we've got 0.25. So let's make them out of 100 now then. So our last digit is in the hundreds column. So we've got 25 out of 100. Now this one may be a bit trickier, okay, but we can find different numbers that both the top and the bottom, the numerator and the denominator, can be divided by. So this may take a couple of tries. So straight away, I know they can both be divided by 5. So if I divide them both by 5, I would have 5 out of 20. Now I know I can divide that again by 5. So if I divide that again by 5, then I'll have 1 out of 20 divided by 5 is 4, which creates a quarter. However, you may have noticed that 25 out of 100, both of those numbers, 25 hundredths, could be divided by 25. 25, 50, 75, 100. So again, you could have gone straight from there to the end, but it doesn't matter if you need to do more steps as long as you get there in the end. So 0.25, 0.25, 25 hundredths is the same as a quarter.